Okay, this portion of this next module, it is module 3. We're continuing on with part 1 syllabus. It's sections 11 through 14. So what we'll be covering is academic honor and plagiarism violations, etiquette expectations, the ADAA, and student support services. So for the academic honor and plagiarism policy, the syllabus needs to, let me get back up into the syllabus, cover and state the university's and the program's policy on academic and plagiarism violation. So here I have what I state it, and I state what I reserve the right to do, and I link it where they can find it in the student handbook, and it links to the handbook and they can search and find it if they wish. I also, in here, it needs to have, you need to have a description of the instructor's perspective and actions for academic honor and plagiarism violations in all aspects of the course. I do have this here. I also, in this green course within the modules, I have cheating and plagiarism, additional course syllabus information. It is a link to this. It states this is from the catalog. Also, I have, let me find it. Here's the letter to the students that they have to read for the introductory course. Here is under additional course policies and procedures, the course's academic integrity policy. I state what I do. You need to have it. You need to have it. The university's written in there, a link to it. You need to have the course academic integrity policy. If the program or the major has a policy, that needs to be in here in the syllabus or in the modules. The next area is etiquette expectations. You need to state in here exactly what you expect from the students. I state a lot of stuff. I expect them to be courteous. You know, it is all written down here. So it needs to clearly state expectations of behavior for the discussions, email, chat, or other forms of communication. And you also need to have consequences if there is disruptive behavior. Section 8 is ADAA. This is important. The syllabus at the minimum has to have the university's ADAA policy. Okay, I state this. The course employs accessible technologies and provides guidance on how to obtain accommodation. This is in here. It talks about the Dean of Students. The course design facilitates readability and minimizes distractions. You cannot have flashing. You cannot have different colors. You have to think of the students. There's various different types of impairment. There are color blindness. There's blind students. So if you have a reading, if they're going to have a machine that reads this material to them, if you have pictures in here, they must have statements in there that says what the pictures are. If you have, it needs to be in black and white. It needs to be stuff so it minimizes distractions. Eventually, we will be having different areas. There's a couple of the areas in Quality Matters that we cannot meet right at the moment. All of our videos eventually need to have closed captions. All of the videos need to have scripts attached to them because you have to think of the different various disabilities that the students may have. That will be coming. The last area in the syllabus is the student support services. This goes along with the ADAA. Okay? You need to include instructions or links to technical support. We have technology support services, technical support. There's a link to ITS and their homepage. If it's Canvas support services, here's a link to the Center for Distance and E-Learning. You need to have links to the Southwestern's academic support services or other resources that help students succeed and how they access those services. So here's a link to academic support services. I have a link to the library, a link to the Writing Center here at Southwestern. Also have a link to grammar help. Add more links if you can. It just depends. These are the ones that I felt that were important. You need to have links to student services. I have a student support services link. Here's a link to counseling, a link to the student dean of students. Here's a link to the ADAA. Also have a statement up at the top that tells them if they're experiencing any problems, they would find it helpful contacting our counseling services. International students, we have more and more of them. They need to have a link to the International Student Affairs Office. Also, I have a link in here to Student Financial Services. There are probably more links that can be added to this, but these are what meets the rubric right at the moment. That is the end of part Module 3. The syllabus sections 11 through 14.